Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Welcome back to week 35 of our weekly recap, where we just talk a little bit about what's going on in the market and we give you a little bit of info on some weekly information for certain areas. Those areas being downtown surrounding areas, Don Mills, Leaside, Mount Pleasant, Yonge and Eglinton, and Davisville, and Durham areas. If you do like our videos, I see that we do not have that much subscribers from the views that we get. So those of you that are taking a little peek at our videos, I would love if you could give us a little subscription as well. That would be much appreciated, as we will be able to just be able to get out and reach more people that are interested in what we're trying to share regarding the market in the GTA. So with that, we just got a nice little short video coming up for you guys here. We'll just talk a little bit about the inflation numbers that just came up. So there's good news. It came out at 2.8%, a little bit lower than the 3.1 that they were expecting. So overall, this is good news and a good sign in the right direction of hopefully getting some interest rate cuts in the near future. But I really still, as I said last week, I really don't see it happening till probably July. But at the same time, this is good news. As we see food coming down, gas is still a little bit up, but mortgages are still up a lot. They kind of take that out of the core inflation. So I do think that people will still, over the next year or so, whoever needs to refinance their mortgages are going to be feeling it compared to the rates that they had, right? So, and even if there is a rate cut, it's still going to be a lot higher than people were paying previously. So these are things that are being talked about now, and we saw in the States yesterday that they held the interest rates there too. Hopefully we can get a better idea of when they may do the cuts. It may happen first in the States, and then I think Canada is usually pretty tied in with what they do, economy wise. Tough little word there for me. But yeah, so I think that will be something to watch, and we will keep an eye out for the next inflation announcement, which is, I believe, in the next couple of weeks. So we'll keep an eye on that. I don't see anything changing in that regard there, especially as we are seeing multiple offer situations starting to really pick up. And then I was just going to talk about how things are starting to pick up a little bit this week. So let's just get into our weekly areas. So last week was March break, so we're going to see the numbers overall pretty flat, which is an understandable sign. But already this week we are seeing a lot more listings starting to pop up, and I feel like with the good news of the inflation, I think we'll continue to see that, and there'll be a little bit more inventory, but at the same time there are a few more people coming out at the same time, so things are still going to be in multiple offer situation areas. So talk about the downtown surrounding areas. We saw it a few listings more in the active listings, a little bit down on sales. So month of inventory has picked up a little bit. Price has gone down a little bit too, but for the condo side, price is up, and we are seeing another 100 and so listings over the last 2 weeks. We've seen over 300 listings in the downtown area and surrounding areas. So condos are starting to pick up. I think a lot of people that were holding off to either list their place or took it off in the winter time are starting to bring things back up. So anybody that is looking for a condo investment or for use, there is some good opportunities in the condo there, just because there's just more options there. But sales are starting to pick up, so people are starting to pick up on that kind of trend. Months of inventory is picking up there too. So I think that's where we have the best opportunities for some people to get into the market. People that do have their own place already, is another good opportunity to move up, but that is where we're seeing, I think, a lot of competition, going from selling their condo to a townhouse or a semi, and that price range is pretty competitive in itself too. So I think before we get a rate cut is kind of going to be where I think is going to be the best opportunity, because once you do get a cut, I think things are going to start to really pick up. So we'll definitely, as I mentioned, we'll keep an eye on that. For the Don Mills area, overall pretty flat for active listings and sales. Prices are pretty up a little bit on the condo side, but I think there was a couple $1 million condos, so that kind of raised the price there, so it's a little volatile, as we've always mentioned before. And then the lease side area, again, pretty flat for the condo and freehold on the active listings, and sales were a little bit up on the condo side. And then yeah, just things are still taking a little bit of a few weeks overall. You know, freehold in the downtown areas are taking less than 2 weeks, so that's kind of good there. But overall, we're seeing that this is taking 2 to 3 weeks for especially condos to sell. And then in the Durham area, we're seeing prices pretty flat, active listings pretty flat, sold up a little bit in the freehold side and for the condo side. And then, so I think there's just a few more listings. I think things are really going to start to pick up for the next video to show this week that there are more active listings out there. And we are, as I mentioned, we are seeing some interesting homes. I've been in a couple offer situations over the last week for homes that you wouldn't think would be getting that much interest, but they are, and they're selling over asking. So it depends on the area too and what type of home, but I think things are really starting to pick up for the spring market. It's still a little bit chilly for the first few days of spring, but I do think also once warmer weather does come, then things are going to start to pick up even more too. So if you'd like any more information about your home type and or area, don't hesitate to reach out. I'd love to break things down for you and see what options there are for you and your family. Alright guys, thank you so much, appreciate it, and don't forget to give me a little like, share, and subscribe. Thank you. Have a good one. Bye.